a setting boundary statement, so I can no longer frequent environments that will push me back to prison. I need to guard against jealousy. So these are two different types of ideals. The first one is I can't keep putting myself in environments. There have been many videos on YouTube where a best friend or so-called best friend would set up another friend uh, to be uh, uh, to be attacked, and then the other person is killed. A lot of this stuff has been going on where people are kind of setting you up to fail, and it's much more blatant now. It's not something that is more that used to be passive aggressive. That they are seeking you out to target you to provoke uh, to either die or go back to prison. And so any environment that's going to contribute, and you know what those environments are, you were in a lot of those environments right before you went to jail, right before you went to prison. So go back in your mind, in the recesses of your mind, and think about all those environments that contributed to you going to prison for the first and second and third and fourth and fifth time. If you got family members who who just have decided not to change, and they're going to continue to do everything that they're going to do, and they're trying to still bring you along with them, okay, it's time to cut them loose, even if they're family. It doesn't matter who the person is. I don't care. I don't care. I got a cousin. We were best cousins as youngins, but she would get me into too much stuff. It wasn't violence, but it was sexual activity. And I wasn't having sex, but she was having sex. But she would create opportunities where we somehow boys would come to the house. Okay. And so she would get me into too much stuff. Now she's gone on to college and things like that. She's a lot different than what she used to be. But at the heart of her, when it comes to me, it seemed like she felt like she needed to get me into something so that it destroyed me, and she stood by and watched it happen. It's like the person who starts a fire on purpose. They start a fire on purpose, and then they stand back and look at it consume itself, or consume whatever it is it's consuming, and then die out. Those are those types of people and environments that I'm talking about. That they want to see you arrested. They want to see you taken down by the police. They want to see you shot by the police. They want to see you taken in handcuffs and placed in the cop car just so they can say, I got you, man. I got you, man. That's my homie right there. Man, I got you. When they don't have you, because if they had you, they wouldn't have put you in that kind of position to for that to happen. They want that to happen. People set you up. So you can't frequent those environments. You can't. There was a situation I was just looking at on YouTube where the guy was in some kind of activity. The girl was a caregiver. They had about one or two kids. They were married, I think. And something happened with, I guess, a person who was targeting him for attack. He came and shot him and the girl, left the kids there. But there was a guy who was a mobile barber, and the one doing the drug running came, I mean, asked him could he come and cut his hair and everything. Well, he got caught up in the mix, and so he ended up being killed too. And so sometimes the environments that you believe worked for you back then do not work for you today. It's too volatile, it's too hasty, it's too reckless. People are committing violence just for the sport of it, just so they can see it go. You have all these people who are filming fights on camera when they can actually stop the situation by putting down the camera and coming between the two people, but they don't want to do that. They want to be able to create viral moments and put it on YouTube and put it on TikTok and put it on Twitter, and so they get a bunch of likes, and then maybe other things that are connected to it or whatever, and get some advertiser money. I don't know, but they're not looking um, to be different from the environment that they're in. So the next thing is to guard against jealousy. Anytime you're trying to reach after something, whether you have gone to prison or not, it doesn't matter. Anytime you're trying to reach after something, you're going to expect jealousy. Jealousy is just another form of hate. And people will hate you to a passion. They will be jealous of you and hate you to a passion, and will contribute to the ending of your life. They will do whatever they have to do to keep you from getting to where you need to get to. So you have to set boundaries in life. Whatever got you in and kept you going back and forth, you can't do that anymore. You have to, it's just like a king who renounces his kingship. I renounce. I'm abdicating the throne. I'm not going to be king in this area anymore. So if you were a kingpin, or you were perceived as king or kingly in a situation where you were a drug runner or doing anything that was criminal behavior and people had respect for you, you're going to have to give up that respect. It's a fake respect in a way, but you're going to have to give it up so that you can have respect for yourself in another area of your life. So I can no longer frequent environments that will push me back to prison. I need to guard against jealousy. All right, so now that you've gotten to the end, this is, you can visit, subscribe, and follow. My website is reginayfavors.com. Then you can visit my YouTube channel, youtube.com// at Regina Y. Favors. And then I have an author store, reginayfavorsauthor.com. I also have other types of websites as well. So thank you very much for listening.